Have you ever been asked one of those impossible questions? Can God create a rock which he cannot lift? Or make a four-sided triangle? Or learn something new? Before you spend the day pondering these, don't get upset if you can't come up with a precise answer. The problem is with the logic of the question. But sometimes people ask us things like this, or other questions about God and our faith, simply to trip us up, or to show how clever they are, or how silly we are for holding on to what we believe. They don't want to know the truth. They don't want to know about our relationship with God. They just want to point out our mistakes. Jesus was often asked questions which were not about people earnestly seeking truth, but they were from people trying to catch him in a trap. One question like this can be found in Mark 12. It says, "Later they sent some of the Pharisees and Herodians to Jesus to catch him in his words. They came to him and said, 'Teacher, we know you are a man of integrity. You aren't swayed by others because you pay no attention to who they are. But you teach the way of God in accordance with the truth. Is it right to pay the poll tax to Caesar or not? Should we pay it or shouldn't we?'" When Jesus got questions designed to trip him up, he continually pointed the questioners back to God and to the law. In this case, part of his answer to the question is to give God his due. But as I've said almost every day this week, it's not necessarily the answers we want to be looking at. We are thinking together about living questionable lives. How can we live in such a way that causes people to ask us about it, that provides us with opportunities to share our faith? But maybe questions like these, designed to trap us, are not the sort of questions we really want. Sadly, the truth is that if you live a questionable life, if you live differently from your friends and family members and neighbours, there will be some people who won't like it. It might make them feel uncomfortable or threatened or upset. If you refuse to engage with them in mockery or gossip in the office, that might not go down too well. When you stand up for what is right for everyone, instead of helping individuals do things that suit just them. Think about paying someone cash in hand so they can avoid tax, or sharing a Netflix account with 15 other people. When you live a questionable life, it may well cause opposition. Some of the questions you get asked will not be about people wanting to know what you have and they don't. Some of them will be about people trying to trip you up, to point out hypocrisy in your life. Questions and challenges will come designed to make you fall back in line, to be normal, to change and live and be just like everyone else. I say this today, expect opposition, expect those difficult questions, not seekers of truth, but seekers to trap you. Expect it, but do not let it discourage you. In fact, quite the opposite. It should encourage you that you're doing something right. As our passage from 1 Peter on Sunday said, be prepared to give an answer, but do it with gentleness and respect. Try, as Jesus did, to turn even conversations designed to trap you into conversations about God. And know that in all this, his Spirit remains in you, empowering and equipping you for these conversations and for the task ahead.